Hey, what is up guys? So today we're going to be talking about the TitanFall 2 pre-alpha and my thoughts and early impressions on the game itself. A lot of you guys ask me, hey, is this worth downloading? Because I totally understand if you have a certain amount of data that you can download a month, sometimes you guys don't want to invest into, using all of your bandwidth up in 1 month. But anyways, yeah, let's go ahead and talk about the game. Now, first off, this is a pre-alpha, so all of the stuff we were talking about could be subject to change. But for the most part, the game is coming out relatively soon. I think at its core gameplay mechanics, most of the stuff will stay the same. Now, this game is an open pre-alpha, so that means any of you guys that are interested in downloading the game, feel free to go ahead and do so. You don't have to pre-order the thing. A lot of times, when I'm streaming, people are like, how do you get it? How do I have to pre-order it? No, you guys can go ahead and totally check it out yourself and make your own assumptions about the game. But I know a lot of you guys want my thoughts and opinions on the game because I've been talking about this game for a while because I'm really excited about Titanfall 2 because a lot of people were complaining about Call of Duty, going into the future and having all the futuristic movements that Call of Duty Black Ops 3 had. And for me, I'm like, what? You guys don't like that? I like this high, fast-paced action gameplay of like Guns the Duel, things like that. Except for Guns the Second Duel. That game, not as good as Guns the Duel, the original one. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and talk about it. So, a lot of you guys want to know, how does it compare to Titanfall 1? Now, at its core gameplay mechanics, it's very similar. Obviously, they're going to add new modes, they're going to add different guns, they're going to add different perks, different attachments, all that stuff, of course, is going to be added into the game. That's, completely relevant, and, as the game progresses, of course, they're going to have some of the stuff that you guys enjoyed, like, they have the car, and some of the other weapons are similar. Now, as far as sniping goes in this game, you guys know I love quickscoping in games. Call of Duty Black Ops 2, quickscoping was amazing. Can you quickscope and be effective like you can in Call of Duty like Black Ops 2? No. Unfortunately not. One thing that I wish they could do is actually incorporate that into the game. Simply because snipers were not very viable in Titanfall 1 if you guys have played that game. And a lot of you guys asked, does it suffer from the same problems that Titanfall 1 suffered from? Which was pretty much, you played for a few hours and you've pretty much experienced the game as far as multiplayer goes. Obviously single player is something new to this game. We don't have access to any of the levels yet as far as campaign goes. Now, they are adding a campaign into Titanfall 2, which I think is great. I'm always down for extra content. Now, if multiplayer suffers because of it, no, that's kind of unfortunate. Because a lot of people that are interested in Titanfall, even the second one, are really interested in the multiplayer more than the single player. That just goes for majority of games anyways. A lot of people really want the multiplayer to be good. And a lot of you guys, tell me sometimes, I can only get 1 or 2 games a year. Is this a game for me? Hey, like I said, the game is an open pre-alpha. Go ahead and download it and you can make your own assumptions. But I understand maybe you don't get one till, Christmas, or you're not going to get one for your birthday, which is later on. And you want to know now, is this a game worth it? And like I said, you should totally try to download it, look up gameplay. What you see is pretty much what you get. Like, there's not anything that's going to be hidden. Now, as far as what I like in the game, I like the player versus player. I don't really like the Titans that much. The problem that I have with Titanfall just in general, as far as the Titans go, is I personally just like the pilots on pilot combat, which is totally what I'm playing right now. Now, as far as the Titans go, I like being able to move around I like moving around super fast, being able to, wall run and all that other kind of stuff, and just be in this gameplay mechanic where I'm just, rushing things. And when you get in the Titan, it's big, it's slow, it's clunky, you can't go into certain areas, you can't juke, you can't do a lot of the things that you'd be able to do. So that's one thing that I've always had a problem with as far as Titanfall goes. Now, obviously, you can just go ahead and play the pilots versus pilots mode, but at that point, I guess you can argue that, Infinite Warfare, Call of Duty Black Ops 3, they kind of offer that already, and a lot of people think that that's just a much more polished game. Now, that's totally subjective, that's totally up to you. Now, as far as the time to kill goes in this game, it's pretty dang fast. We're talking Call of Duty goes fast. So, if you like fast, time to kills, then I guess this could be a game for you. Now, if you like slower time to kills like Black Ops 2, it's definitely not that type of game. Unless you're in the Titans. If you're in the Titans, then you can, have that slower time to kill because the Titan obviously has more HP. Now, I never really enjoyed the Titans. Again, it came down to not only not being able to be super fast, but in addition to that, I just didn't feel like I had skill if I was to be in a Titan and there was a pilot and I just one-shot him. And he's not going to be able to one-shot you. It just kind of made it so it was imbalanced. And, some people like that though. Some people like to be able to one-shot people with a specialist ability or anything along the lines of that. Now, one thing that I do really like in the hardpoint mode, if you're not good enough, if you're not playing the objective, you don't even get the Titan. Which I think is great, because one thing I had a complaint with as far as Titanfall 1 goes is everyone got the mech. It didn't matter how bad you were, you would get your mech, you know, at least once a game. And now you don't even get it once a game. If you're bad, you don't get it. And I like that because it rewards the good players. Now, I understand from a business standpoint, you know, they have to make everyone be able to get, you know, the Titan. Otherwise, there's no point in Titanfall. Like, the whole reason why people like Titanfall, or I guess the gameplay mechanic that is unique, is that it's like a Call of Duty game, essentially run around, you know, ADS shooter, and then, you know, you have these mechs, which are really cool. But again, I just don't like the mechs. I'm perfectly fine with just playing the pilot versus pilot mode. Now, as far as you guys asking, you know, am I going to be playing the game more? Yeah, when it launches, I already pre-ordered the game. Generally, I know I always tell you guys not to pre-order games. I had money on my PlayStation account that was going to expire because I had a promo deal that I purchased, and it was like, you get extra $15 in your account. And I was like, well, I already have Deus Ex pre-ordered, and I already have the new COD ordered. So, like, I was like, well, you know what? As of right now, this is the game that I'm looking forward to. And actually, there's a game called Gun Gal, but unfortunately, I couldn't buy that game because it's not available through the PlayStation Store, at least at the time of my promo deal, because I had like a week to use this $15 store credit. But nonetheless, I'll definitely give you guys more gameplay of this in the future. But overall, my thoughts on Titanfall 2, I mean, it is the pre-alpha, so a lot of stuff can change, but the game is coming out relatively soon. So again, the core gameplay game mechanics are probably going to be similar. Now, as far as purchasing the game, if you can only buy like 1 or 2 games a year, I would say just wait until there's more footage for the game, because at the moment, you know, it's pre-alpha, we don't have that many things available. So, you know, there's going to be definitely new modes, new guns. Now, as far as like unlocking things go, I'm pretty sure that the R01 and the car will probably maintain to be relatively good guns in the game. And I don't know if they're going to release certain guns that, you know, are going to be super, super OP that you get way later on, because at that point, people will complain about that. You know, people will complain about anything. But overall, if you really like Titanfall 1, you'll probably like this game. If you played Titanfall 1 for about, like, a week or a few, like, you know, even, like, 10 hours, heck, when I went over to a friend's house and played the game for about 10 hours, like, I felt like I pretty much experienced Titanfall. And I feel the same way with this. I mean, again, it's pre-alpha, but there is going to be a campaign mode, so, you know, that can completely change around people's minds. Some people are okay with just spending 10 hours in a game, and that's it. Like, for me, I can spend 4 hours in a game. If I have a blast for those 4 hours, I don't mind paying $60. And I know that's not everyone, because, again, some people can only get, like, 2 games a year, and at that point, yeah, you probably want to get more than, like, 4 hours out of the game. But it's going to have campaign, so if you're looking forward to that, I'm looking forward to campaign, in fact. I do want to see what they do with the Titanfall campaign, because they can do a lot more crazy things. Because again, I like the high, fast-paced action. Now, they did show a picture that someone, I forgot like who originally posted it, but anyways, there was a picture of a Titanfall wall running and had a sword, and I was like, oh my gosh, if I can get a Titan that's super high mobility and has a sword, I'm definitely interested in, you know, actually maybe playing the mode with the Titans. But unfortunately, that was not available for us in the pre-alpha. So I can completely change my mind as far as, you know, the Titans go. Because again, I pretty much enjoy playing the game where it's just the pilots. But anyways, those are my thoughts on the game. I think it's pretty cool, but it might not be a game that I want to play for, you know, 100+ hours. And that's totally okay with me. I'll have to wait, you know, when the game comes out, I'll definitely be streaming it, and you guys can get a better understanding of it. But overall, I think it's pretty much Titanfall 1. Like, if you like Titanfall 1, you're going to like it. If you didn't like it, maybe a campaign can be for you, but, you know, maybe you can see more gameplay and then kind of decide. Because there's a lot of stuff to unlock on the game, so there's definitely more content in this game, whether you want to look at it from the standpoint of Titanfall 1 or just a game in general. But anyways, yeah, it's definitely a game that you guys should at least try the pre-alpha, because it is free anyways. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that video, and let me know your thoughts down below on the alpha if you've played it yourself. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'm signing out.